welcome back. Prado 150 out of here. So today I'm going to show you on a track sitting behind me what this shopping cart does, traction control off, and then what traction control actually does with the Prado and how much of a capable vehicle traction control makes. So as you can see behind me, we've got a bit of undulated track here. So you know, one wheel's going to go up, the other wheel's going to go down, one wheel's probably going to be in the air. And what you'll see when we turn traction control off, which I'll show you how to do that in a moment, but I do have a video just on that where I'm sitting in the vehicle and I'll show you how to turn the traction control off, which is very handy when you're on the beach, because you don't want that on when you're on the beach. But for this kind of a situation, it does help your vehicle get up these hills. So guys, before I do that, while I've got you here, I just wanted to give a bit of an update to the channel for 2023. So we've got a bit coming up. I just wanted you to know, some people ask me, how do I get to all these places, and you know, do I work? So probably January, end of December. January's been a bit of a quiet month for me, being able to get out and go on some tracks and go camping. I do work, I do have a full-time job, and I do work shift work, so that enables me to get days off during the week and have, you know, maybe an extended weekend or a few extra days during the week to get out, which is great because sometimes when you go out to some of these places, they're not so busy. Listen up carefully, because I've got some exciting stuff coming up. And I've got lots of holidays booked this year, and one of the places that I've been able to secure is Pebbly Beach, just north of Coffs Harbour. And guess what? You're going to want to see this, okay? Ruben from DMW, he's a local fella to us in Toowoomba here. He's coming along for the ride, and he's going to be part of the action. So that's definitely something to look forward to, and I can't wait myself. So, and I'm hoping to convince Ruben, so Ruben, if you're listening, that we can go down to Coffs Harbour and do a few tracks down there as well. So I'm really pumped and excited about that, so that's something coming up. Now, some other exciting news, guys, as you probably know from watching my other videos. If you haven't already, go back and have a look and see what the Prado can tow as far as caravan goes. So we're hoping, at this stage anyway, April. It was going to be March. April, around about the 25th of April, we're looking forward to going down to Wynnum in Queensland there to pick up our Jayco cross-track caravan. So that's going to add another dimension. Can't wait, we just can't wait to get that and show you where we can take it. And this beast of a Prado is going to carry it, or tow it I should say. I don't want it to be carried. It's going to tow it with no problems at all. So as you know, guys, not that long ago I installed a ITECH lithium battery, the 120X, under the bonnet of the Prado. So I just wanted to give you a bit of an update on that. I am thoroughly enjoying it. I don't have a shunt, so I've got to get one of those, so I'm going to get one of those, one of the ITECH ones. But I do have one of those battery monitor things that, you know, you Bluetooth onto your phone. Unfortunately, it just gives a reading on the battery, or depending on the voltage. So this car goes a couple of days, it doesn't get driven. So but I do run that upright fridge 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So I just want to say that I'm extremely happy with this battery, and it hasn't come anywhere near 13 volts. So it's always reading about the 13.2. And during the day, obviously, it's been charged in my front yard through the solar on the top of the roof. So I'm really happy with it. I've done a few things with it. So I've cooked some veggies, like a little roasty thing in my oven without the car running, just sitting in the backyard. It's been perfect. I boiled that, you'll see a review on that kettle. And it's done that perfectly without the car running. Mind you, it was in the sun, so it would have been picking up the solar. and it's, you know, light as no issues. I'm loving it. I think it's one of the best things or mods I've done to this car. So anyway, enough out of me. Let's go and get this job done now. I will let the tyres down. They're on road pressure, so I don't want to do any damage. It is pretty rocky here, and in a real situation they would be down. So I'm going to let them down to about 28 to 30 to get this job done. So let's get into it, eh? Alright, so guys, the old GoPro's got quite a bit of dust on there created from the spinning tyres. I won't keep doing that because I'm sure that's not really much at all, but that's how if you give it a stack, that's how you break CVs, isn't it? So, you know, when you're doing that and your wheels are spinning and they keep stopping, you know, like that, that's how they get broken. Looks like I've got a bit of dust on the camera. I've just got to wipe it off on my nice clean Prado 150 out of here shirt. Hold on. How's that, guys? See me much better. So I'm just going to duck in and show you how I've turned the traction control off. So this is really good for when you go to the beach. Make sure you check out the video. I'm going to leave it, the little thing up on the top right hand side. I think it goes on the screen. Click on that, that'll take you straight over to the traction control, in-depth control of how I turn it off. But I'll just quickly show you while we're doing this. Alright, so got to turn the music off, otherwise YouTube won't like it. Alright, so have a look at my dash. You'll see two orange lights in the rev meter side, temperature gauge. So on the left hand side, that comes on anyway. That just means the slippery part of the vehicle there. That's because I'm in low range, four-wheel drive, so that comes on automatically. Okay, but if you have a look over here, there's a similar kind of a sign there with a, there we go, that one there. Alright. So I'll just turn him off. I'll turn it off so you'll see it's not on the screen anymore. All right. So this is the only way you can turn traction control off. Okay. So you can't just, if you press it, nothing's going to happen. All right. And nothing's going to happen because I'm in low range. All right. So that's no good to you. What you have to do is come down here to this button. Okay. Watching. Hold that in. As you're holding it in. Okay. And this is live, no tricks here. That other light comes on. All right, so that second one on the right, the orange TRC off, that must be on for your traction control off. Okay, the only time you would turn it off, I keep repeating myself, I know, but is on the beach. So in this situation here, as you can see, you definitely want traction control to be on. So without further ado, let's go and turn it back on and see what this little shopping car can do. The Prado 150. Yes, this one's a 2015 model, October build, and it's just before the DPF came in. So the 3 litre turbo diesel, 920,000 Ks. I religiously do my oil changes every 5,000. Some people say change your oil at 5,000. Some people say change it on the second oil change. Look, I just change it. I mean, you know, for your cost of your car compared to an oil filter and the, you know, what you've got to do, oil and oil filter change every 5,000. Hasn't missed a beat. Anyway, get out there and we'll get this job done.
someone to save. I wanna tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while.
So the trick is with these cars is if you're in that situation, okay, you're going to hear lots of little noises going on, like I don't know how you explain it or describe it, but there's nothing wrong with your car. It's traction control working. So it's like a grinding noise that goes as you're in the car. I don't think you can hear it from the outside. I'm not sure whether you can pick it up from the camera, but so the idea is when you're in a situation like this is don't be scared, all right? So just put your foot down. I mean, not crazily, but it works on momentum. So you've got to get yourself going. You've got to go. So you know, when you first if you start to go and you feel it starting to slip, you don't be scared. You just got to keep your foot on there, put it down a little bit more, and the momentum's going to, you know, keep you going. That's how it works. If you don't, you know, it's not going to do what it's designed to do. So there you go. There's a bit of a tip for you, and I know when I'm out with the boys and you can't see what's going on, and they're all going, give it to you, give it, give it, give it. And it does make sense. I mean, not to an extreme where you're going to break your car, but yeah. So. Well guys, there you have it, eh? Now that was no mucking around there. What you saw is what actually happened, all right? So traction control off, beginning, and then I turned it on. What a remarkable difference it makes. Now this car doesn't have any diff locks, all right? It's purely the Toyota Prado Land Cruiser traction control. Didn't it make a wealth of difference just watching that come up that track? But that's why these shopping cars, that people call them shopping cars, are such an amazing and capable vehicle. Yeah, okay, I don't have 38s on it, and I don't have a 10-inch lift, and I don't have a V8 supercharged twin turbo under the bonnet. Don't have all that. But I'll tell you what it is. It's pretty basic. It's pretty budget kind of minded. It runs great on fuel. Fuel economy is great. It's a great tourer. It's comfortable as anything to drive. I love it. And do that. The only thing with the new ones, they got all the radar stuff in them and they're good. They're good for safety, right? You've got the cruise control radar, but you can't stick anything in front of them without doing a lot of work to them. So like I've got my Ridge Rider control box there. Some people might have spotlights there. You can't put them in front of the radar, or you got to move the radar. I don't know, and that costs you a lot of money. So, look, I've got to say I'm extremely happy. So, guys, if you haven't got one and you want a good all-round top of vehicle, I reckon you can't go past these. And if you've got one that's been looked after pretty well, look, they don't break down. They don't break down. The only downfall is, as you know, the alternator's in the wrong spot. So if you could jack that up and put it on top of the motor, then it should be a perfect all-round car. So that's the only thing you've got to watch when you're going through water, is that alternator that sits down the bottom. So yeah, she's a good little car. And I don't think I've touched on anything, but on this particular thing, but in the back, obviously these cars are registered as a what are they? A 7-seater. So I've still got the seats, but we've taken out the seats, and you're left with a piece of metal basically, and it kind of goes like this. So what we did is we put a false floor in there, but you just got to put a couple of supports in there to keep it nice and even, and that gives you about this much room in the back. And then I've just put my drawers and my fridge and all that kind of stuff in there. Run the lead to the back from the auxiliary battery. Well, guys, I need your opinion. All right, so now you've seen the Prado do that with the traction control. I'm actually considering getting some rear diff locks. Okay, so if I do get them, they will be on the rear. So what do you think, guys? After seeing that, would you spend the money and make this thing into an absolute powerful weapon? Put the diff locks at the back, all right? Or would you just go, nah, you've done a pretty good job there with the Prado, just with its traction control. Do you think I need them or not? Let me know in the comments. I'll be really keen and interested to hear what you've got to say. Well, guys, that brings this episode to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. I just ducked down not far from home, and I just thought I'd show you, what this car is capable of. So now you can see how capable the Prado is. All right, so thanks for watching, guys. Prado 150 out of here. See you on the next one.